Hey, everybody. So the first thing a person sees when they want to get a very large loan to buy a house or for their business is a list of all the documents that they have to send to the financial institution. And this is the face the customer usually makes. And as he begins to send documentation to the financial institution, always the same thing happens. Some documents are wrong, missing, outdated, missing stamps, missing signatures, so on and so forth. And this creates a back and forth of communications, emails, phone calls, and even visits until everything is put gathered correctly or put together correctly. Because at the end, no documents means no business. And the technology used today in this billion-dollar industry are basically Post-its and email. This is a real 60 email conversation that I took together to put a loan, and you can see some subject lines like third time's the charm. So you can bet that document was sent incorrectly at least 3 times. So yeah. And this is where Expediente Azul comes in. Expediente Azul is an online onboarding platform that we sell to financial institutions so their customers can see in just one screen all the documents they have to send and the status of each and every one of these documents. And when that customer, when the financial institution's customer presses one of these squares, he can see a clear and detailed description of what the document has to have in order for the document to be correct, and he just upload it right there by pressing the blue button, or if he's in his cell phone, he can just take a picture right there of the document as well. And every day we send the email reminders to everybody involved in this document gathering process, so everybody's exactly on the same page of what's going on. And for the first time, we give financial institutions visibility of what's going on in this document gathering process, in this digital onboarding process. Right now, what the results we have achieved so far is that we have sped up more than 2.5 times this onboarding process. And we have, more importantly, reduced customer abandonment by half. So more customers that get onboarded through our platform complete this document gathering process that at the end results in more sales for financial institutions. This is me, Roberto Ibarra. In terms of the team, I have experience creating apps with millions of users. My co-founder is actually an expert in the large loan industry, and our vice president of engineering, a technology expert. So we have a very well and balanced team in terms of tech skills, business skills, and domain expertise. Our business model is based on usage, so it adapts perfectly to any size of financial institution. And we have been growing 19% month over month. There are other players out there, but in just 2 short years, we have already outfeatured all of them, and we have also envisioned and created new features that can only be envisioned when you have loan officers in your team. But how are we really going to achieve escape velocity? Well, the real thing is that financial institution software is created to operate in a setting like this. And in that desk, all of these activities are going on right now. But with the digital revolution, all of these activities now takes place in different channels. Originations come through digital channels. Sales also happen through digital mechanisms. Documents are gathered electronically. All of the documentation is created electronically all the way down to the digital signature of documents. And this is where we are right now in Expediente Azul. But we want to create a fully digital onboarding experience product. And for that, we are raising $500,000. And who's going to use our product? Well, all of the financial institutions need it. This is why financial institutions cannot close during this crisis, because all of their tools are designed to operate at that desk that I showed you. But everybody needs it, and the people that need it the most are the ones that don't already have these large budgets and large development teams to create these fully digital onboarding experiences. And if you remember this character here from the movie Monsters, Inc., this is the monster that asks other characters in the movie for their documentation. And this is the image customers have of financial institutions. So investors join us in creating this fully digital onboarding experience.
All right, Roberto, you're more prepared than I am. You look like you have a podcast. All right, let's go with some questions from David Mann. Are you storing the documents as images, or are you using form OCR for data upload? Some tech question here.
Okay, so at this moment, we are storing just the documentation, but we have already begun through other partners that you will see their pitch briefly, working with them in integrations as well, to extract this data and analyze the data in the future. Because right now, the information looks like documents, but in the future, it will just look like data. So we're, of course, working on that, because that is the future transition of this industry.
And last question, what is the next industry you see Expediente Azul expanding to?
Well, right now it's loans, basically the financial sector, but we are already working, for example, in human resources. You also need a lot of documentation when you hire people and a lot of other KYC processes like supplier sourcing. You want to use all of these anti-money laundering and this fraud prevention programs require a lot of analysis and a lot of documentation. So the spectrum of where we can go is very broad because unfortunately the documents and data are required every day for a lot of these operations.
Thank you, Roberto. Great job.
Bye-bye.
Bye.